The First World War, a conflict of unprecedented scale, engulfed the world from 1914 to 1918. For over 4 years, Europe echoed with the clash of armies and the cries of the wounded. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, an eerie silence descended upon the Western Front. The guns fell silent. The First World War ended with the signing of the Compiègne Armistice between Germany and the Allies. Join me now as we unravel the events that led to the end of the Great War. By 1918, the once vibrant landscapes of Europe lay scarred and broken. The trenches, a network of mud and misery, stretched for hundreds of miles. The war had become a gruesome war of attrition. Millions lay dead on the battlefields, victims of machine guns, artillery fire, and poison gas. Families were torn apart, their grief echoing across the ravaged lands. The economies of Europe ground to a halt as resources were poured into the insatiable maw of war. Soldiers, many of them little more than boys, were physically and mentally broken by the relentless horrors they had witnessed. The initial fervor and patriotic zeal had long since dissipated, replaced by a bone-deep weariness and a longing for peace. Across the Atlantic, the United States watched with growing alarm as the war raged on. The sinking of the Lusitania in 1915, with the loss of over 1,000 lives, including 128 Americans, sent shockwaves through the nation. Germany's unrestricted submarine warfare further inflamed American anger. In April 1917, President Woodrow Wilson appeared before Congress, urging them to declare war on Germany. The entry of the United States into the war proved to be a turning point, providing a much-needed boost to the beleaguered Allied forces. While the tide of war turned against Germany on the Western Front, a different conflict brewed within its borders. Years of war had taken a devastating toll on the German home front. Food shortages were rampant, and unrest grew among the German people. In October 1918, mutinies broke out among the sailors of the German High Seas Fleet, signaling a dangerous erosion of morale. On November 9, 1918, Kaiser Wilhelm II was forced to abdicate, and the once mighty German Empire lay in ruins. The writing was on the wall for Germany and its allies. The Austro-Hungarian Empire began to unravel under the strain of war. Bulgaria signed an armistice with the Allies in September 1918, followed by the Ottoman Empire in October. Austria-Hungary signed an armistice on November 3, 1918, and the empire was dissolved. On November 11, 1918, in a railway carriage in the forest of Compiègne, the armistice was signed, bringing the First World War to a close. The First World War left an indelible scar on the world. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, officially ended the war and imposed harsh penalties on Germany. The treaty sowed the seeds of resentment and instability that would contribute to the outbreak of World War II. From the ashes of the Great War emerged the League of Nations, dedicated to preventing future conflicts through diplomacy. The League represented a tentative step towards a more cooperative and peaceful world order.